Hey everyone, welcome to Buzzing About Romance, a quick shot of romance. I am Becky, and joining me for this episode is Leah. Hi, Leah.
Hi, Becky.
So on this episode of A Quick Shot of Romance, we are reviewing Cherishing the Goddess by Lucy Eden. We'll link the synopsis of this book on our on-the-shelf show notes at buzzingaboutromance.com. Release date May 29th, 2019. Tropes: vacation fling, billionaire romance, close proximity, instant connection. Any others?
I don't think.
I don't think.
Well, I mean, he doesn't. There's a little bit of deception in the sense that she doesn't know who he is
At first.
at first. But it's not really deception, more hidden identity, because he doesn't lie to her about anything or like why he's there or anything like that. He just doesn't.
But it comes out fairly. It comes out before
Yeah,
50% as to why he's
yeah.
there.
But it's more hidden the first like 25-30%. So,
Okay. This is an absolute standalone. It's dual first person point of view.
mm-hmm.
Put out percentage is 34%. Audiobook narrators, because I did the audiobook, it is in Hoopla, was Jacob, Morgan, and Mari. And it was a delight for my ears. Yeah. A delight. Is there a third act breakup?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there is. And it's kind of heartbreaking and heart-wrenching.
Yeah. Content warning: losing a parent to Alzheimer's and talk of death from cancer. Okay, so let's talk about our hero, Alexander Wolf. He's billionaire CEO. I guess developer.
Well, he like dabbles in different things because there's some tech stuff, there's real estate. Like it's kind of like this conglomerate that he inherited from his grandfather, and he actually established the real estate portion of it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he has his fingers in a bunch of different things.
He does. And he is on the island to try to acquire a hotel and resort that is on the island.
Yes.
And he is known as the guy that comes in to close the deal. But he is coming up against a guy who owns the resort and is a legendary closer and corporate raider, who had disappeared from the corporate game a couple years previous. So Alex is excited for the opportunity to go up against this guy.
Yeah, because so the closer is this gentleman who Alex has kind of really been in awe of.
Yeah.
Like he's like, this is the man that I strive to be, which as he learns more, he's like, maybe not in the business sense.
Maybe not. Our heroine, female main character, is Calypso Callie Sterling. And she has lived on the island for a couple years.
Well, she grew up on the island. She left to go to Wharton. And she is in her MBA program, or she's starting her MBA program. And so she is home for a little bit.
And she is the daughter of the legendary closer and the guy that owns the resort.
Yes. And let me just tell you, so Lucy Eden is a delightful human being. She writes wonderful books, funny books. This one, it hits all the feels. Like it was not that I didn't think that she could write a book like this, but like I had just read like the Blind Date with the Book Boyfriend stuff. I read her Shifter stuff, and then I read this one, and I was like, oh mama. Like I was a little emotionally like distressed after I finished.
There were some big
book.
feels in this book, and that's just it. You know, when I initially think of Lucy Eden, I'm looking for instant connection because she loves an instant connection book.
She does.
And we had that, and I love a vacation fling. It's an interracial couple. So, like, these are stalwarts of who Lucy Eden is.
Yeah.
But then that last 30% of this book.
Oh, man. She puts you through the ringer.
I'm like, whoa, where did this emotion come from?
Well, and it's so real. And I think that's the big thing. Like if you know anybody who has experienced going through all like Alzheimer's with a loved one.
Yeah.
It is so real the way that she wrote this story, and it is heartbreaking and perfectly done. And it's just it was really, really good.
It was. And I will say, they trusted each other instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was kind of like,
Really?
really? But then
Yeah.
I started thinking about it. If you are in a small community, a vacation resort town,
Mm-hmm.
you probably learn to build relationships fairly quickly and
Well,
read people pretty well.
but also too, like there's enough people that cycle through this place that you can kind of see the type of people who are genuine and who are not. Like like growing up there, working there for as long as she did, like being part of that resort life, like you get like a genuine feel of trueness and fakeness.
Yeah,
And like and she sees that, and like when she meets Alex, they click.
they do click.
But she also has the story of her parents. And I think that is a big part of how this story plays out, because her dad, like as you learn, like her dad tells her and like tells like the reader also, when he first saw her mom, he just knew.
You just knew. So she had this built in family lore of just
Yeah.
knowing who you're supposed to love. Now,
Hmm.
one of the things that was, I think, exceptionally well done in this book, and we all know this is the hill Becky's going to die on. Um, Lots of misunderstanding, lots of miscommunication, and so much interference from everybody around them.
Yes. Well,
And I,
not everybody.
not everybody,
Like one in particular, because everybody else, I wouldn't say they're really doing interference, but there are extenuating circumstances with some of the
obstacles.
others. There's obstacles, like emotional obstacles with the other things. So I would say one douche nugget is, I mean,
The business partner, Matt, is sleazy AF.
he is sleazy AF. He is, I don't like him at
I
all.
hated him.
But
It's the first time in a really long time that I thought, "Oh, that's a side character that does not get a book.
he doesn't need
He
one.
needs
I
eaten
don't
by a
need more from
shark."
him. That would have been good.
Wouldn't that have been great?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Lucy owes me a novella or a extended epilogue that I would read where Matt gets eaten by a shark.
I think I would enjoy that a lot if he got eaten by a shark.
Yeah. I think I should tell Lucy that he should get eaten by a
Okay,
shark.
Lucy, if you're listening, we need a shark book. I mean, he doesn't have to get how about this? He doesn't have to get eaten by the shark, just mauled a little.
No, I need him eaten and dead by the shark.
He did apologize.
Did you
I
believe
don't know
it?
if I believed his apology, but he did
So
apologize.
one of the
And
things
honestly, he got his ass handed to himself by
he did.
Alex too.
He did.
So,
One of the things I did like about Callie and Alex is that even though they were kind of at odds in business, there was
mhm,
this kindred spirit. There was this connection and true feelings and emotions.
mhm.
And at times it did kind of make for that big emotion that we talked about, but also a little bit of an angsty read, which again,
You weren't
I
expecting.
wasn't expecting
I
from
know.
a Lucy Eden book.
It was like out of left field where it's all of a sudden like all this like emotional chaos thrown at us. But I think part of it is like Alex is a person who he was raised a certain way. And so he going to the island, he was doing this research, but he also was unplugging a little bit because he's been so business heavy, like so business focused. Like his grandfather like beat into him basically like business is all that you need. You don't need a relationship. You don't need a family essentially. Like you just need the business. You need the money.
Yeah.
It's all about like who you are perceived to be, not who you actually are. And so when Alex goes to this place and he sees Callie and she gives him a glimpse into her world and how there is so much more. Like she is extremely intelligent. She is extremely driven, but she is so family focused because that is the bread and butter of her life.
Yeah.
Like the way she was raised, the relationship between her parents. And the reason that her dad has this resort and wants to keep this resort and the things about this resort, like that's her life goal. Like she wants to be successful in life and in business because she saw like her dad was when he finally met that one person that was perfect for him, he realized like the life I have is not what I need.
Yeah. So I want to say for the listener who listens frequently, I was not ready to say goodbye to Callie and Alex.
No.
I love them. I love them. And, you know, whatever, Matt.
So this next statement is shocking to everybody.
And I believe their HEA at the end of chapter this book, these two are together forever. But I was so not ready to say goodbye. I read the epilogue, and I think it is one of my most favorite endings that I have ever read. Like it was a big jump into the future.
Yeah, which the way that it's written, you don't realize it's as big as it is until they get to that like moment, which is also why I don't think he needs to be eaten by the shark, just a little nip, because he's not so bad in the epilogue. But I mean, if he was eaten by the shark, the epilogue couldn't happen.
Right, that's true. But
anyway,
Alex,
so like she sneaks it in there.
Alex is getting a run for his money, is all I have to say.
I know that epilogue was perfect. It really, really was.
It
Like
made
I
me
honestly
so
would love
happy.
to see I would like to see more from this family.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Like even if we got like a full second gen, because there was multiple children.
Multiple.
We could do that. But even the way that she like closed up the emotional like chaos like with Callie's parents, I thought she did really, really well. Like it wasn't like it was just like cut, you know what I mean? Like there was
And the pacing of this book just read really great. The audiobook was phenomenal. Jacob Morgan, like within 5 minutes, has to do 7 different accents.
He's a good one.
And it was just so well done. I really liked this book. I really liked the pacing of this book. The emotion was unexpected. This was like next level. So Lucy, not anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's a great read, and you are doing yourself a disservice by not diving into Lucy Eden's world.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Leah, thanks so much for reading Cherishing the Goddess.
Of course. It was a delight.
Until next time, everyone.
Happy reading, everybody.
Find us on Instagram at Buzzing About Romance or on Twitter at Buzzing Romance. If you like the podcast, please leave a review. If you'd like to support us directly, join the Bookcase and Coffee Patreon and receive exclusive content only available to Patreon members. Check out bookcaseandcoffee.com for our on-the-shelf show notes.